y'all? Straight to the point. Y'all be sure to hit that like button. Make sure you sub to the channel if you are not a member. And also hit those notifications as well so that you're able to get all of my content as well as all of my videos. And salute to the whole entire LDBC basketball and boxing. You already know how your boy is rocking. Now, I didn't go live right away and didn't put it the announcement that Shakur had won right away. Um, because I knew what the outcome was going to be, and I wasn't surprised. Okay, I wasn't surprised by this. And also, I wanted to go back and rewatch the fight at least 2 times. I watched it about 1.5 times. I think I watched it up until about the second time, up until that sixth round. On the second time that I had watched it, because there was a couple of things uh, that I needed to look at that maybe I missed. Um, Despite my feelings about Teofemo Lopez, I give him props for coming out and putting your life on the line. You know what I'm saying? And to both fighters. However, a lot of people got to understand, man, like when you look at a fighter, okay? When you look at a fighter and you look at the overall package of a fighter, okay? Shakur Stevenson is the total complete package. I've said that once, twice, a million times to people, okay? Now, again, the results of the fight, just to get to that, Shakur Stevenson easily wins by unanimous decision. Um, got out of there. Face was clean, unblemished, untouched. He fought, in my opinion, a damn near flawless fight. Um, he had Teofemo Lopez, because coming into this fight, people were saying that Teofemo Lopez was going to come in, and you had guys like Romero coming in here talking about that Teofemo Lopez was better, and then they tried to throw shade to Devin and Dream Haney and stuff, just saying all types of nonsense that didn't really make sense at all. And you had people in here that actually thought that Teofemo Lopez was going to come in and dominate Shakur Stevenson. There was nothing that Teofemo Lopez could do in this fight. He couldn't engage with him when it came to getting inside. When he was when he tried to get inside, because it was tough for him to get inside. It was tough for him to catch him. He looked at sloppy with his footing. He was all over the place. He wasn't. He didn't have any type of precision. This guy right here humiliated, annihilated, and dominated Teofimo Lopez to become a 4 division world champion, um, capturing the Ring magazine uh, super um, super lightweight championship, because he was already the WBO lightweight champion. Listen, man, people come in here and they say, "Oh yeah, well, Shakur is boring and all this other stuff." Like you had a guy like Shannon Sharp and Ocho Cinco sitting up there saying that uh, Shakur Stevenson was boring. Then you don't know boxing, because to me he's an exciting fighter. You just don't understand it. Look, I've told people now, is Shakur more my favorite than Devin is? No. But I'll say it again. I feel that Shakur is better unless they get in there one day, because Shakur, he's at 140, okay? And I'm pretty sure that he'll move up. He'll look to move up, just knowing what type of mentality that this guy has. But until he proves me otherwise, that until they get in the ring and engage, I have Shakur pretty much beating those guys that everybody wanted to see fight their dream fight. And the dream fights that people wanted to see was either Tank versus Shakur, or Shakur versus Devin the Dream Haney, or Devin the Dream Haney versus Tank. However you want to switch it up. But out of those three, people wanted to see all three of those guys fight. But unfortunately, because of Devin moving up and Tank got off the or out of the ring issues, and Shakur just moving on and elevating himself, I don't see that happening. However, I can see Shakur maybe one day, facing Dev. I wouldn't even mind if Dev came back down and faced Shakur. I think the people do want to see that. But that's neither here nor there. We're not talking about that. What we're talking about the now. And Shakur is the now, right now. Him and Dev. But um he's just he had, like I told people, he's got the best range in boxing. He's got the best mid range in boxing right now. Um his pace and control is magnificent. The way he controls the fight. And see, that's what people were upset about. They're saying he's boring and stuff like that. He's a runner. He didn't run last time. He stood right there. He stood in the middle for you. He gave him an opportunity to try to hit him, to try to get him, and it did not work. He is now. I'm not gonna go too far yet in terms of him being a defensive savant or a defensive genius, but he's up there. Okay, he's up there. Listen, this guy right here, man, and I knew what he was capable of when I first watched him. Okay, a lot of people been going at me talking about Shakur. He's boring. He can't do this and he can't do that. Well, hell, you need to be talking about Teofemo is boring, because he wasn't able to do anything. He was swinging, missing air, sloppy, losing his footing. Uh, nothing. Couldn't, when he tried to get him in the pocket, he couldn't do anything. Shakur, like I said, he's elusive. He was very slick, making a miss. and more importantly, his punches. He landed the more prestigious and precision type of shots in the fight. You know what I'm saying? His accuracy is on a whole nother level. You know what I'm saying? And then this is another thing. I don't want to hear any excuses because Teofimo Lopez, he had the advantage. He had the reach advantage, and he had the height advantage. Okay, by like a inch and a half. Because Shakur is 5'8". Teofimo Lopez, to my knowledge, is 5'9" and a half, and he had the reach advantage. You know, so I don't want to hear any of these excuses. And Teofimo Lopez, he's got to eat his words. He came in once again, um, talking major heavy shit, man, as if he had this fight in the bag, and it backfired on him. It backfired on him, and his pops, you know. Um, Now, and like I said, he humiliated him, took his belts. He came in there, uh, this dude didn't even have a scratch on him, no bruises or any of that stuff, and came out there, and he fought too. Look, this is another thing too. A lot of people, they want to sit up here and say, "Oh yeah, well, he wasn't physical and all this other stuff." No, that wasn't the truth. And a lot of people are mad right now. And here's another thing too. What's unique about me on Straight to the Point, representing for that LDBC, I'm not only a Dev fan, I'm a Shakur fan, and you don't see a lot of fans of both of these fighters. But I'm a fan of both because they both essentially they say the same type of crap about both of those fighters. They'll say, "Yeah, Dev, he's boring." They'll say Shakur, he's boring. They'll say Dev, oh, he's just straight technical. He's not power. They'll say Shakur, he's all technical. Yada yada yada. Did he get the win? That's the main thing. And people sitting up in here saying that he's boring. No, he's not, man. This dude is exciting. What are you talking about? And on top of that, this dude got a personality now. As far as personality, he got more of a personality than Dev or whatever. But I'm like I said, man, I'm not here to compare them two fighters. You know what I'm saying? Because I think they're both great. I think both of them have taken a page out of the Mayweather book. Now they're coming with the comparisons to Mayweather. Now here's the thing: he has the chance to be better than Mayweather. I can see Shakur uh, being undisputed um, in multiple weight classes. Okay, and if you're gonna get on here and you're gonna say, okay, well, dang, you're all on Shakur and all this other stuff. What about the other fight? It's his day. Just like with Terrence Crawford, he had his day. It's gonna be his month, probably a couple months, maybe a few more months up until his next fight. Now, Shakur got to get back into work. He's still young, 28 years old. That's a lot of time. Okay, it's not too much time, but he got a few years now. I don't see Shakur boxing so long to where he's in the ring and he he pretty much just looks old. I don't see him doing anything like that. But I can see him, taking some risks. His time is now. He's pretty much in the peak of his career. Um, and as for Teofimo Lopez, he just gonna have to go back to the drawing board. You know, you were all so confident that this guy was gonna come in here and he was gonna dominate and do all this other stuff. And on top of that, Shakur, everybody like to say he don't get physical and all this other stuff. He had shit. He had Teofimo Lopez bleeding. He had him bleeding. So don't give me this. Don't give me this nonsense. Don't give me this stuff about Shakur Stevenson can't get physical. I don't want to hear none of that stuff, man. You know. Um, but I can't be mad at the people that chose Teofimo Lopez. That's how you felt. That's how you felt. I honestly thought that there was. I knew I had to go back and I had to really weigh on my decision, especially what were going to be the determining factors of this fight. And what I was saying is what actually took place. And I said if Shakur can prove that he can not only control the middle, but also mix it up and be on the outside and be elusive and be hard to hit, he was going to dominate this fight. He was going to dominate. Brown Sugar in the building. I see you in here, sweetie. Hope you're doing okay. Excellent fight last night, huh, Brown Sugar? Excellent fight. And for those of y'all that don't know, Brown Sugar, she loves the fight game. She knows the fight game. She knows combat sports. There's very few women that I think that could probably give her even, I would say, a shoot. They wouldn't give no type of run for her money at all when it comes to knowing this. Yeah, exactly. And I was proud of him, Brown Sugar, because all this stuff that they say, okay, and Brown Sugar, I think you even said it, if I'm not mistaken, or either you said it about Devin Haney, but I think you said that Shakur was boring too, but to me, Shakur, because last night they were hating on him, Brown Sugar. They were saying that Shakur was boring. Ocho Cinco and Shannon Sharp. They were saying that he was boring, and I'm like, how? If you understand boxing, if you understand martial arts, if you understand combat sports, you wouldn't say that guys like Shakur Stevenson or Mayweather or Devin Haney. You know what I'm saying? I'm just talking about. They even said Usyk is boring. These guys are not boring. What were you worried about? I wasn't worried. You know why I wasn't worried? You know why I wasn't worried, Sugar Mama? Let me tell you why. It came down to two things, okay? And you know this better than maybe you could correct me if I'm wrong. If you have a great mid range in any type of fighting, if you have a great mid range and you're able to control the outside as well as the inside, you are going to be difficult to stop. And another thing was his footwork. Teofemo, his legs and his footwork were awful, little mama. I mean, awful. And see, if you go back and you go look at the greats, I'll take who I know some people are gonna trip out when I said it, but I've said this before, and I think I've said this to you too, Brown Sugar. He fights like a little version of Muhammad Ali, a little right-handed version of Muhammad Ali, because of course Muhammad Ali was 6'4", 6'5", and longer and taller or whatever, and of course he was in the heavyweight division and weighed a little bit more. Um, and but the reason why I had those comparisons though, Brown Sugar, this is why. If you look at Teofemo's face and you look at Shakur's face, not a scratch on there. You go back and you go look at Muhammad Ali a lot of times, you know what I'm saying? He didn't have, there would be some times he wouldn't have no bruises and everything like that. And on top of that, Ali could fight you inside, he could fight you outside, he could move, he could dance, he could jab, he could stick and move, all that stuff, you know what I'm saying? I just go back and I go look at that, and he's taking a page out of everybody. He's taking a page out of Mayweather's book. He's taking a page out of Ali's book. He's taking a page out of Sugar Ray Robinson's book. He's taking a page out of Terrence Crawford's book. He's taking a page out of the greats book. And a lot of people sitting up in there. He's the total complete package right now in boxing. You said, what's up with it, Steven? I see you in the building, bro. His footwork. It was on point. I just wanted to make sure. I really like him now. For real. I should have never doubted him. I was happy. Yeah, salute. No, it wasn't. The fight wasn't boring. No, it was not boring. The fight was not boring. It was not boring at all. You see, you want to sit here and y'all want to see oh, him knocking people out, stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Okay, if we're gonna go by that logic, the fight with Terrence Crawford and Canelo was boring then. No, absolutely not, man. This fight was not boring, and definitely the Terrence Crawford and Canelo fight was not boring. But I'm saying both of those fighters, they dominated, and it was probably boring to you, Stephen, because of the overwhelming domination and great ability of Shakur Stevenson. Listen, I know you like Tank, man. I know that's what it is. You want to see knockouts. You want to see guys flying all over the ring and stuff like that. Again, this is boxing. This is boxing, man. It's not a slug match. If you want to see that, man, then you need to watch. You need to go back in the days and go back and live the old glory days like Tyson, or go watch, Butterbean, or go back in the days and go watch, like, them old films of Jack Dempsey and Rocky Marciano and all them guys and stuff like that. No, man. It wasn't more. Right, exactly. You said I want to see a competitive fight. He got in the ring and he competed. He just was not good. And you gotta give him this too. He was a champion. He was a champion, man. I mean, he defeated Josh, you know. I mean, Teofemo did. Teofemo's the champion, bro. Like, nah, this wasn't a boring fight at all. And like, which I'm with Sugar 100%, because she actually came in and she said, okay, I think the last fight, I don't know if it was Devin or I don't know. I think no, it couldn't have been Devin, because Devin actually put on a great display when he fought Brian Norman. But I think she was worried because, hey, Shakur got to be a little bit more exciting. He came in, he did everything that you needed him to do. He was equipped with his footwork. His jab was on point. He established the jab and distance early. Okay, let's get technical, Stephen. Don't run away from this, man. Okay, because I notice a lot of times when we engage in conversation and things might not go your way, man. You kind of run away a little bit, man. So let's stay here. Kind of like when Teofemo was trying to run away from Shakur. But listen, okay, he established his jab early. Okay, he took control of the middle of the ring, and everybody thought that Shakur was just gonna be dancing around. Da, 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 da. Nah, he gave him an opportunity to stand right there, and actually he he took. I'll take it a step further, Stephen and Brown Sugar. He used Teofemo's whatever ability that he was trying and whatever strategy that he was trying to impose, and he used that against him. Like I told you, it backfired. When he was in the pocket, he thought that he had him, still couldn't get him. He was swinging, missing air. Whatever strategy that I guess this guy said he used, one of the guys that he was working with used to fight or used to work with Mayweather and all this other stuff. Whatever strategy that you thought that was gonna work, it did not work, man. You said now he doesn't hit hard, but that's it. When you agree with, right? Yeah, he gets up out of here. Yeah, but that's the thing. You know, you got to be able to stand. You got to be able to stand guard and stand um, stand 10 toes down. I don't mind you disagreeing with me, but that's not a fact that the fight was boring. That's not a fact. They're gonna come with that narrative. The arena was quiet. He took over the entire arena. At first, there was a whole bunch of noise. Everybody was trying to cheer for Teofimo. They were sitting there saying that he was gonna come in, he was gonna dominate Shakur Stevenson, stuff like that. Everybody was stunned. I wasn't shocked. His patience, his patience was something great. And see, I'm kind of, I don't know. I'm thinking maybe a lot of people they wanted Shakur Stevenson to lose, which I know is true. I don't know why they don't. I want to know why they don't like Shakur Stevenson. What did he do that was so bad? Look, this guy stays in the gym. Okay, he's not on any type of drugs. He's not doing the stuff that Tank is out there doing. Okay, he's not out there doing the stuff that Ryan Garcia is doing. This guy stays focused. Okay, does he talk a little trash? Yeah, I mean, every boxer does. But this guy is heavily focused on his craft. How could you not appreciate a guy like that, man? How could you not appreciate a guy like that? You know what I'm saying? And I understand, like, they did the same thing to Floyd Mayweather. Now, was Floyd Mayweather arrogant? Yeah. I mean, he was very arrogant. And a lot of people didn't like the fact that he was able to choose his own fights and all that other stuff or whatever. Shakur Stevenson and guys like Devin Haney, they're risk takers. To me, Tank isn't really a risk taker. That's why he hasn't fought a big fight like this. You know what I'm saying? Devin Haney, he's fought a big fight like this. Shakur Stevenson, he's fought a big fight like this. Terrence Crawford, we don't even need to say anything. We know that Terrence Crawford is It's done. Me personally, I still think that Terrence Crawford still wants to get out there and fight. You know, but like I said, man, we could say all the stuff that we want to. We could sit up there and say that um, Shakur Stevenson is boring and he doesn't bring excitement or anything like that. But guess what? He's got the belts. You know, 5 belts, if I'm not mistaken. He's got 5 belts because he was at I think he was at junior lightweight. He was at featherweight. He was at lightweight. Um, two lightweight belts, and then the super lightweight. I might be mixing them up, but either way, man, that motherfucker got a lot of belts. He got a lot of belts. But like I said, anything that they tried to do, it didn't work. That's why a lot of people think that the fight was boring and it didn't captivate the audience and all this other stuff. I thought it was a great fight. I thought it was a great fight, and what made it even greater is that gotta gotta correct you straight. I said Devin Boy. Okay, okay, no problem, sweetie. Okay, so you did say Devin. Okay, I thought you might have said Shakur. Okay, but no. All right, I knew it was one of them. But see, when he fought Brian Norman, I think he put that to rest because he came in, and a lot of people thought that because he put Brian Norman on the ground. He put Brian Norman Jr. on the ground, and everybody was talking all this trash, talking about he was pillow hands and he was soft and all this other stuff. No, that's not Devin, man. Just because you don't come in knocking people out and stuff like that, that's like in a sugar. If there's a street fight or something, if there's like a street fight and two guys engage in battle, and let's say one of the guys is just clearly just beating this other dude's ass or something, but the other guy just won't fall or something like that. Eventually, somebody's gonna hold the other guy back because they're like, man, you clearly whooping this dude's ass, and he's not doing anything. He pretty much got no dog in the fight or whatever. You know what I'm saying? It's the same shit to me. If you stepping in the ring, the dude is just in there taking the ass whooping or whatever, even though he might have not knocked him out or whatever, but he's just clearly just wiping the floor with this dude. That's what it is sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Or you just trying to hit this guy and you keep swinging the air and everything. And I think people. This is another thing too, man. I think people forget that defense is a part of boxing. Like a lot of people they got on Mayweather and they were saying, "Oh yeah, Mayweather was boring," uh, stuff like that. But defense is a part of boxing. I would love to do a 40 and over fight on YouTube. You would? Hey, I'll be your manager. I'll be your trainer. I'll be your manager. Man, you'll be ready to put man. Oh man, that was you said gotta be a heavyweight because I'm 170. He said, "Shut up." I'm not judging you. I said, listen, I said that I would have your back. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm saying I'm gonna be your manager. Like, that's not judging you. That's like I'm like, yeah, we could do this. We could have a whole promotion team and everything. Shoot, nah, because they got the. You might want to holler at Bang Boxing. Salute to the brother Bang. He goes out to uh, H Town, and what they do out there, they have those, like those, like boxing matches out on the street. You talking about the weight? Uh, well, like I said, you like looks could be deceiving because you don't look 170 at all. Like, but the scale, and it could be misleading a lot of times. And then, of course, you gotta think about gotta think about thinking the right areas. But nah, definitely, definitely not. Mm-mm. I would have your back 100%. I think you'll be at. I don't think you'll be a heavyweight. Uh, you wait. You think you'll be a heavyweight? Yeah, you might be a heavyweight. Maybe no. Probably give you like cruiser. Give you cruiserweight. He said, "Well, he need to come to DMV. I would definitely." Are you serious though, man, Brown Sugar? You sound like you serious. Cause I know how serious you take this, and you would have like you. Of course, you would have my full support, man. For real. I'll be, I'll be the male version of the chick. You said middleweight. Okay, you middleweight. Okay. I would like to see. I want to see you come out there and roundhouse a bitch. That'd be cold, man. Ain't nothing like a black beautiful queen that can fight like martial arts type like that. That shit say, you know what I'm saying? I don't know, it's something about that brown sugar. You know what I'm saying? Like I could see you as like one of them assassin type chicks. They got, like Taraji P when she had the, you know what I'm saying? She was an assassin and shit. You know what I'm saying? But could fight too. Man, like I like shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Or like Pam Grier back in the day. Oh, you are okay. Dang. Well, we got to start getting. We got to start training there. It's a different beat, and not only training, dieting. I to start dieting too. But yeah, you said, I wanted to be about this, but as you know, I wanted for I just want to get it off my bucket list. Win, lose, or draw. I would love to do it. Okay, I understand. Right, and I see because you mentioned that the dump truck. I call it a dump truck list, but you mentioned the bucket list. Yeah, yeah, you definitely would have my full support, 100%. You know what I'm saying? Because I know your story, um, and this is something that a lot of people don't take this serious as they should. You know what I'm saying? But you have a passion for it. If they have more people like you that didn't clown around about it. You know what I'm saying? Take it real serious and stuff. Especially from a female perspective, I think the sport would be carried a lot more further. You know than what it is. You know, but I mean, either way, whether it's boxing, whether it's MMA, I'm all for it. You know, that's why like a lot of people say, "Oh man, I'm not gonna watch Clarissa Shields," or "I'm not gonna watch it." I am. You know what I'm saying? Shoot, man. What's wrong with competition? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like my daughter is into martial arts. You know what I'm saying? So it's just something that got to be done. But anyways, let me get up out of here. Salute to Shakur Stevenson. Well dominating victory. Um, Four division world champion, and he's in the argument right now for being the top pound for pound fighter. You know, him and Dev right now they coming in, they dominating. Do you think I'm hell no. Hell nah, you move good. Mm-mm. Hell nah. And you don't look your age. You like I'm gonna say before I go, you know how you got an old 40, a old, old 50 or old 30. You know what I'm saying? Nah, that don't apply to you. You know, you younger than what you look. It's kind of like Terrence Crawford. Terrence Crawford don't look his age that much, and he definitely don't fight like his age. So that's how I apply to you, and you gotta look at how you move and how you're able to do things. You ain't out here. There's some people that are in their 30s, their late 30s, and in their 40s and in their 50s that don't move good at all. So nah, and then also my mentality. You're never too old to do anything. Now I know some people are gonna be like, "Oh, well, you're a hypocrite because you said LeBron James needs to go." Well, yeah, if you if in LeBron James' case, yes, it's time for your ass to go, especially if you holding up shit. But if you're successful like a Terrence Crawford, who's older, coming in, you know what I'm saying, pretty much daring to be great and being successful at it, then that's a different. See, that's what I'm saying. You don't look, don't look it at all for real. But I'm telling you, like, and like like Holly Berry, 59. She don't look 59. That's gonna be you, Brown Sugar. You know what I'm saying? Like, shoot, fuck wine. You got them Pinot Grigio out this bitch. But let me get up out of here. Straight to the point. If you like to donate, Cash App, dollar signs, straight to the point, 77. Salute to the Horn Tide LDBC, Lions Den Basketball and Boxing. Till then, man, I'm out.